just please release the pressure of feeling like you need to be motivated all the time to do the things you want to do, because that's going to stop you. None of us are motivated all the time, and that's completely okay. Release that pressure. Ride the wave of your passion. Things are going to come, things are going to go, but just don't let that stop you. Don't stop doing the things that you love doing just because your motivation fades. I beg you, because it is why you're here. It is why you're here, to create those things, as small or as big as it may be. And it just makes you a happier person. It makes you a more fulfilled person, a more aligned person, which just helps you show up in a better way in your life. And this truly helps the world. You doing the things you love helps the world in ways that you can't even imagine. Welcome to Alignment Adventures. This is a podcast where we explore what it means to live a fulfilling, aligning, and present life. I'm your host, Lindsay Tanner, and I am so grateful that you are here. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Alignment Adventures, and welcome to my new podcast setup. If you are watching on YouTube, you can see it behind me. It looks a little bit different. We recently moved Arlo into his new room, which was my podcasting room / office, to make room for baby sister. So now I'm out here in our front room, we call it. It's the living room, I guess you call it. It's off the dining room, and it's one of those areas that I think people maybe use as sitting rooms or formal living rooms. We had no purpose for it. We weren't really using it until now, but now I have my desk in here and my podcast space. The one downfall, or I guess maybe there's a few downfalls to the spot, but the one major issue, I guess you could say, with this space is that it's open to the rest of the house. So obviously I have to do it when Arlo is gone or is napping, which I don't even know if I could do it when he's napping because I'm right here next to him. And Steven is downstairs, and he has strict orders not to talk because he's in our basement, and there's really no door between his office and my office. It's all open. So this is just a reminder to do things imperfectly. You don't have to have the perfect podcast space or the perfect office or the perfect whatever it is you're trying to do the thing. Just go and do it. Hopefully I can be an inspiration for that, because this is the least perfect podcasting space. But you know what? I fixed up this little corner. It's super cute over here. I just hung this moon picture behind me that I love so much. You guys know how much I love moons. I've got a decaf coffee with me. I haven't had actual coffee in 7 months. And it honestly didn't even sound good because I was just so thirsty for the longest time. But I've been getting decaf lattes, and oh my gosh, they taste so freaking good. We actually have an espresso machine, so I think I'm going to get a few decaf pods and try to make my own lattes at home. Send me any tips and tricks you have for that. I'm back in my coffee mode. I don't know if I'll have regular coffee for a while, but the decaf is tasting so good and feels so aligning to drink. That's what I miss the most about coffee, is just the ritual of it. Is waking up and having your coffee, and it's just this warm cup, and it brings you so much joy. That's what I miss about it. And of course the caffeine boost is nice as well, but my body doesn't miss that. My body is very happy being non-caffeinated. So I'm going to try the decaf train here for a while and see how that goes. Once I have this baby and I'm deep in postpartum, that might change, but we're just flowing with the river over here, listening to those nudges. I always hope to be an example for that, even with the small things like drinking coffee or not drinking coffee. But anyways, all of this is a really good lead in to what I want to talk about today. And I got inspiration for this from my life, as always. I just hope this to be a relatable, candid space where I talk about things that I'm going through and how we can approach these situations in an aligning, fulfilling, and present way. But I want to talk about how to handle being not motivated, because we all feel that. We all feel that from time to time. None of us are motivated all the time. Even the most high achieving people, I would bet money that they're not motivated all the time. And that's okay. We're human. We have our ups and downs. We have emotions. We have highs. We have lows. It's just about riding the wave, right? And with that, not but, and with that, a huge proponent of living your most aligning, fulfilling, and present life is following your passions. And with that takes action. It requires action on your part. Not all the time. You're not hustling all the time. We're like anti-hustle over here. But you do have to take action. And what I've been noticing lately, because here's just like a little background into my life. As I've said before, the first trimester, I was dead to the world, wasn't doing anything, bare minimum. Second trimester, I was feeling great again, feeling so inspired, was making lots of podcasts, or as many podcasts as I could with the time I had, and creating videos on YouTube. I just hit the third trimester, and that like tiredness, fatigue is back. And I definitely feel myself wanting to just like nap all the time and lay on the couch all the time. And I do allow myself to rest. And I know how important it is, critical it is to my well-being, to my soul health, to that fire within me to fuel my passions. So I just want to talk about that today when you're feeling unmotivated, because I definitely felt that this past week, like just riding the waves, like I was feeling so inspired, and then I feel like I crashed and I was just feeling stuck and unmotivated. And what we can do in those moments so we can continue to fuel our soul, because following your passions is so important. And honestly, I believe one of the key reasons we are here on this planet is to follow these excitements and these passions and create whatever it is. The world needs you to create whatever it is you're inspired to create, whether it's something as small as a journal entry or a video or a podcast or a child, whatever it may be, a feeling, a memory. You're here to create, and you're here to follow those passions and inspirations. All right, I have a list of things that really help me when I'm feeling unmotivated, so I'm going to share them with you in hopes that this helps you get out of that funk and get back to doing things that you love. One is flowing with the seasons of life. No one is blooming all the time. Just like we see in nature, even though it is spring right now and there are lots of flowers, nature isn't blooming all the time. Same for us. We have different seasons of our life. And you may have seasons where you're just feeling on fire and so motivated, and you get up and you're so excited to do whatever it is. And then you have seasons where you don't feel motivated at all. Just accepting that and knowing that that is okay and perfectly normal is the first step, because I think what happens is people, at first are feeling really motivated and excited to do whatever it is that they're trying to do. And then when that excitement fades, they just kind of leave it behind, and they take that as a sign that they're not supposed to do that thing. There's so much we can say about this, but for me personally, I have taken that route of trying to quit the podcast, not even trying to quit, but I've taken breaks. And it's great to take a break and to slow down if you need to, if that's the season of life you're in. But I miss it so much when I'm not doing it. So just don't let those seasons completely stop you from doing the thing you're called to do. Ride the wave. Know that seasons come and go, and that's okay. It's totally normal to feel not motivated, but then come back to it. Don't just quit altogether because you can't go 110% all the time. That's that kind of toxic hustle culture that I think we're coming out of. A lot of people are not doing that anymore, but it was very popular for a very long time, is to just work, burn yourself out. And that's obviously just not sustainable. We all have seasons of life. We're going through different things with our family, with ourselves, internally, externally. Ride the wave, but just do one small thing every single day if you can, even if it's the tiniest thing. That's what helps me. I've been telling myself this week too, if I can just do one tiny thing, I feel good. Honestly, it just feels good to do the thing. I do think we get serotonin from crossing things off the list, of course, but also if it's something you're excited and passionate about, you get energy. It's energy giving to do that thing. So what I find a lot of times is if I just do one little thing, it gives me that energy boost, and then I can just ride that momentum and maybe do a few other things as well. But don't put that pressure on yourself. Literally, this is my next tip. Just do one thing a day, even if it's teeny tiny, that fuels that excitement and passion. You want to keep that spark within you ignited at all times. You don't want it to go out because that can be a very scary feeling. That's when you feel stuck and dead inside and just like unaligned, not good, right? You want to keep that spark alive, and we can keep it alive by just doing one tiny thing each day. And with that, my next point, and I kind of already mentioned this, is take breaks when you need to. I've taken so many breaks over it's almost been 5 years. Okay, it's been like 4.5, but this year it'll be 5 years doing the podcast. And I've taken so many breaks, like I mentioned, and I always end up missing it, but it does feel good to take a break when you need it. So just like tune into yourself. You know what you need. Tune into your internal guidance, your intuition, and flow with the seasons of life. Take breaks when you need it, and just do one little tiny thing or big thing each day to fuel that excitement. All right, I really like this next tip because I feel like I got it from my mom, and it just brings me so much joy and makes me laugh thinking about it. But that is, do the fun thing first. And what I mean by that is go back to your alignment list. Episode 1, we're always coming back to that. We're always revising our alignment list, adding things to the list, taking things out, but just things you love to do. One thing that I've recently added to my alignment list is this coloring app on my phone that I also got from my mom. Thank you, Mom. And it's just so satisfying. It's like a color by numbers, and you just like tap the screen. I will listen to a podcast on YouTube and do that on my phone. It just fills my bucket. But go back to your alignment list. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be anything productive. Actually, it's maybe better if it's not like a productive thing. Do that first and then go and do the thing. I think just getting into a better energy, because when we're not motivated, we can be in a very like low vibe energy, and then we can spiral there and just stay there, right? And like really ruminate there and like shame ourselves, like, why don't I feel inspired? Why do I feel this way? Blah, 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 blah. And then you're just going deeper into that like low vibe energy vibration. We all do it. I do it to myself too still. But if you can get yourself out of that by just doing something on your alignment list, something that makes you feel happy, that raises you up the emotional scale, raises your vibration, raises your energy, and then usually, in my experience, once I do the fun thing, then I'm feeling really inspired to go and work on these other things. So thank you, Mom, for encouraging me back in the day. I remember in high school, she'd be like, let's go to Target. And I'd be like, I've got to write this paper. But you know what? I had good grades in high school, and I got all my assignments done, from my memory at least. So she was really onto something there. Another thing I really want you to consider is this something I'm really feeling called to do? And only you can answer this for yourself. Maybe taking a break will help you decide, like, do I miss doing this thing or do I not? Like, does it really bring me joy, or do I just feel super relieved to not be doing this thing? And just be really honest with yourself. Is it like a fear of like being seen or an imposter syndrome that's holding you back? Or is it truly like this isn't aligning with you? Because many times it is that ego fear holding us back, right? I feel that all the time still, of like imposter syndrome and like showing up as your true self. That can be scary. Don't let that stop you. But if it is something in your life that no longer aligns with you and just feels like a should, let it go. Let it go. That is not something that's filling your soul, and we don't need to waste our time there. So just really evaluate, is this a true passion and excitement of mine currently in this present moment? Or do I need to shift or pivot to something that does feel truly aligning and fulfilling to me, and that I'm super excited about? Also, side note, since I'm in a new location, I'm really close to our front door, and it's raining out and cars are going by. I feel like you can hear every single time they go past the puddles that they're driving through. Maybe you can't. We'll see when I listen back and edit this. But again, I'm not letting that stop me. I'm still here recording a podcast, even though this is not the ideal location, because it's important to me and it makes me happy and it fuels my soul. Okay, last thing I really want to reiterate here when it comes to being motivated. When you first start doing something that you're excited about, you're going to feel so motivated and so excited, and you're just like excited to get up in the morning and go and do that thing. You may be getting up in the morning and just feeling so excited to get started on this thing, and that is such a beautiful, beautiful feeling. If that starts to fade, know that there's nothing wrong with you, and that doesn't mean you're necessarily on the wrong path. Ride the wave, feel your feelings. Like when I'm feeling unmotivated or stuck, I just acknowledge it and I'm like, wow, I'm feeling really uninspired or really unmotivated. That's okay. Like, I'm human. I'm here to feel all the feelings. I feel it. I go and do something that makes me feel happy, or I go do one small thing, and then I get back into the momentum. Just please release the pressure of feeling like you need to be motivated all the time to do the things you want to do, because that's going to stop you. None of us are motivated all the time, and that's completely okay. Release that pressure. Ride the wave of your passion. Things are going to come, things are going to go, but like, just don't let that stop you. Don't stop doing the things that you love doing just because your motivation fades. I beg you, because it is why you're here. It is why you're here, to create those things, as small or as big as it may be. And it just makes you a happier person. It makes you a more fulfilled person, a more aligned person, which just helps you show up in a better way in your life. And this truly helps the world. Like, you doing the things you love helps the world in ways that you can't even imagine. If you need the motivation, maybe like not just for yourself, do it for the people around you, because when you do the things you love, you're a happier person for the people around you. So hopefully this was the pep talk you needed. I'm sure it's the pep talk I needed, and I'm sure I will go back and listen to it myself. I just appreciate all of you being here so much, your time and your energy. I absolutely love showing up in this space and having these conversations. True, top-notch alignment time for me, just being here talking to all of you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, or you can message me on Instagram at Lindsay with an A, M as in Michelle, Tanner. Share this episode with anyone that you think needs to hear this message. Subscribe if you're new here on any platform that you're listening to. And yeah, I'm just sending you all so much love, all the highest vibes, and of course, I will see you in the next episode of Alignment Adventures.